And of course we are out here again. So we got a couple new setups. So we decided to get this set up to sleep in there instead of sleeping on the inside of the truck. What?
I did. It was my idea.
It was. So we got a mattress that goes inside there, memory foam. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're spending a little vacation out here, 6-7 days. So we're gonna go ahead and just set everything up. And I figured we'll walk you through that process. So obviously we got this set up. I've got a deer feeder right here, and there's a camera over here somewhere. And then I'm working on, we got a big brush pile back here. We're working on cutting stuff down this way, roughly 100 to 150 yards. And it's gonna be perfectly square with that window. So then I'll have a spot to do some 100-yard work and possibly hunting some pigs. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let's go hang up our hammock and get everything set up. All right, so we got the awesome Hammock hammock. So basically the way this comes, I definitely highly recommend getting one of these for any kind of outdoor needs, because it's easy to put up, easy to take down, comes with a rain fly, comes with these things called snake skins, so it makes life very enjoyable. But usually the way I do this, we got a spot that we picked out on these two trees. So I just do a trucker sitch. So I've got some videos on that if you need to know how to do that. And normally what I do on the first go around, I'm just trying to get this side up so I can readjust everything. So don't tie it too tight. So it already rained, so we're not expecting any rain. So I'm not going to put the rain fly up. Okay, so we can see as far as this goes, I don't have enough, so you gotta loosen it down there until I get all this figured out. So anyway, just a trucker sitch. And then we're set. And then here's one of the cool things about this. You just slide these open. And that's it, it's ready to go. The cool thing about these is it's Velcro on the bottom. So when you get in, just the weight of it snaps it together. So it's a hammock, but you got the webbing. And then if you need some shade, if it's raining, this has its own line on it. String, it covers the top. And you're good to go. So that's it. We're gonna set up our, what are we doing next? Tarp shelter.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that. All right, so we got a little bit of a fire going.
Emphasize on the little.
So the problem with the fire is everything out here, most of it is pine, so it's very sappy. and it doesn't work so well, but we got it going. Hammocks over there. So here's what I'm thinking. We were gonna do, so the way we normally do our tarp shelter is, I think it's a 10 by 12. So we fold it basically in thirds. A third of it is flat, that's what we lay on. And then we just do a triangle with a ridge line and we crawl in from the end. I think we're gonna do something different this time. So got a little bit of space here. I'm gonna move the truck over. And then, let's see, if you can see this right out here, I put my corn out, fermented, all kind of stuff in there. So I'm thinking these two trees here, somewhere in there. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll come up from over here. I'll stake one end on the ground. We'll come up about thigh high, and then we'll come straight across and attach it to the truck. And then we're gonna pull the truck forward a little bit more. And then I've got it's like a camouflage net type thing, like one of those military leafy camouflage nets. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang that in front to where it's about thigh high up off the ground, so we get some coverage on the truck and everything. And then what that allows us to do is we got some coverage. We can hang out over here in the shade, and then laying down, it's pointed right over there. So let's figure this out and move the truck over, see how this works out. All right, so one of the setups that we have, we've got multiple 511 bags, and I love these things. Let me show you why. Come here. So usually when I go camping or anything like that, the first thing we do is I use some pre-made string. I got everything set up. Like if you look over here, you can just wrap it around, use a stick, toggle, hang up our packs. But I'm gonna have mine right here because I'm gonna be on this side. But it has this thing for your glasses. Pull this thing out, we got our pre-made ridge line. So let's go hang this up real quick. So the way this works is we can simply pull straight from here and then tie everything around. And I've got like 4 different prusik knots on here. So we need to slide these down. So we've got our pre-made line here. We got a bow line, and then we got our toggle. So nice and easy, just wraps around the tree. Just goes in there. I want to go roughly, we'll say roughly thigh high. That'll work. And then we just push all that down. We got our prusik knots, which gives us lots of options. And one of these, is that even? So we can use the prusik knot. We'll pull our string through it. All the string, and now we can use that as our tensioning system. So we can pull this nice and tight like, and then now we can just use this to tie off with. There we go. And we got this little loop over here. You just tuck it in that loop. Keep everything nice and pretty light. All right, let me grab my tarp and we'll get back to it. We got the ridge line set up, and a Java ridge line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie the corner off on the, I got a buckle here on the back of the truck. So I'm just going to, there's probably an easier way to do it. I'm just gonna do a bow line and just run it through. This is basically where the tailgate attaches to. And then I think what I'll do is so we could probably just use a stick right that way. And then I'll stake those down. So I think we're gonna give this a go. Obviously use a stick or something, but let's see how this goes. So what we've got, I just did a bowline, ran it through this other side right here and this other eyelet, and then we tied it off just using a trucker's hitch, just right off the mirror, which is nice and solid. I don't have it too tight, but it's snug. And so then the next thing we're gonna do is on this side, we're gonna tie that back. So let's stake the other side down and we'll get back to it. All right, so we got this all figured out. I had to move the truck just a little bit, but I'm gonna use a stake and make I'm just gonna make a loop. I think it's called the Fisherman's Knot. And then I'm just using some bank line for this. My opinion is you should always have, some people just use bank line, which, I mean, that'll work. The thing with bank line is I find it's good if you're using it for one thing and you're not going to take it back down or anything like that. Or like in this situation, we're going to take all this back down and I don't want to sacrifice my my paracord. So I can cut some small pieces. And of course I can throw them in my bag and reuse them, but so bank line is good if you're building some type of shelter or pretty much just about anything. It's got a lot of, I think, tar. It's covered with tar. It's very strong, extremely hard to break, and it just works. So we're gonna use some bank line, stake this right into the ground, just like that. We'll be good. I think it's always good to have one of these shovels / pickaxe type things. You can use them as a hammer, all kind of different stuff. Always stays in the pack, but nice and easy. I'm just gonna run a loop through here. And then use your fancy dancy knife. We're just gonna make a stake, cut a little notch into it. This is made in China, by the way. All right, and there we go. So I just need one more. We'll tack the other side and we'll be good.
God bless me.
God bless you. We're gonna get this last corner. Nice and simple, like a loop. All you gotta do is loop it through. Catch it in. Make sure you pull it tight. Luckily the ground right here is pretty soft. And that's it. So we've got our hammock set up, and we're going to probably just hang out underneath this tonight, see if any pigs come in. And so the next thing, we got one more thing. We got to hang the camouflage over the back end. So, all right, so this is what we got. So we got the little camo tarp up. And then we got some room up under here. Oh yeah. And so when we're laying in the prone, we're gonna have hopefully something coming in, and we're good. I think we're doing grilled cheese tonight, babe.
Yes, sir.
Grilled cheese. And then I think from there, we're just gonna hang out and enjoy the peace and quiet. I think we're gonna hit the hammock some more. Alrighty, so we're gonna have some grilled cheese. Oh yeah, it's coming out nice. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna do one at a time. I mean, it's not like, oh damn, there's a big ass spider. Well, he's about to go somewhere he don't want to be. So, dinner's ready. Perfect. Man, what do you think?
Yes, please. Very good. Ooey gooey. And crunchy.
So we got second one going. That's delicious. So after this, we'll, I guess we'll just hang out under there. And see what happens. See if anything comes in.